Now let's break down one of the most reliable ideas in long-term investing, and why it works even if you start small. People hear about the stock market all the time. They hear about booms, crashes, and unpredictable price swings. But underneath all of that noise is a simple pattern that has held steady for almost a century. It's called the Rule of 10. And once you understand it, the entire idea of long-term investing becomes much easier. The Rule of 10 comes from the long-term performance of the S&P 500. This index represents 500 of the largest companies in the United States. It changes over time as stronger companies replace weaker ones. Think of it like a giant rotating team of America's most successful businesses. When you invest in the S&P 500, you are not betting on one company. You are buying a tiny piece of hundreds of them at once. Over nearly 100 years, the average growth of this index has averaged about 10% per year, though individual years can be far off. But over decades, the long-term average settles around that number. And this is where the idea becomes powerful. Imagine placing a seed into the ground. On the first day you see nothing, on the second day, still nothing. But given sun, water, and time, that seed eventually becomes a tree. And each year the tree produces more fruit. That steady growth is a simple analogy for compounding. The S&P 500 works the same way. Your money grows a little in the beginning, then growth feeds on itself, and over decades the results become surprisingly large. Here's a real example that shows just how powerful the Rule of 10 can be. If someone invested $10,000 into the S&P 500 and simply left it alone, never adding another dollar and never trading it, that $10,000 could grow to over $1 million after 50 years at the historical 10% average return. No special strategy, no market timing, just time and compounding doing the heavy lifting. This example alone shows why long-term investors trust the process even when the short-term picture looks messy. So why does the S&P 500 average around 10% in the first place?